How's it going, guys? This is your boy Hazzed, and today we're on the Battle for Azeroth Alpha. Gonna be taking a look at Demonology Warlocks. So far, I've had quite a bit of fun testing out a lot of the new abilities, and there seems to be quite a few talent changes going on heading into the new expansion. So, let's check this out, guys. Let's start off by taking a look at some of these demonology talents, because there are just really a lot of changes going on with just about every single level there. As for the level 15 talents, we've got Dreadlash. Now this ability, when your Dreadstalkers charge into battle, their Death's Bite attack now hits all targets within 8 yards and deals 25% more damage. Obviously in, let's say, dungeon instances, or maybe even pulling a lot of trash outside world questing, this will give you a lot more consistent AoE when you're using Call to Dreadstalkers. It's on a 20-second cooldown, so obviously it's going to give you a little bit more damage than, let's say, Demonic Strength. But as you can see, I'm talented into Demonic Strength. There's a reason for that, is the insane amount of AoE cleave that it's going to cause our little Felguard here to be able to do. It just does insane AoE cleave. So if you're going to be using your Felguard obviously to tank adds and do quests, it's going to be, the best route you're going to be choosing to do so. I'll go ahead and show you that in a minute. That one actually is pretty insane, all in all. And the third one we got is Bile Scourge Bombers, which I haven't tested out yet, so we'll be taking a look at that together. Obviously, after I show you these talents, so we kind of just look over some of the few abilities. And I am kind of interested in what exactly that talent does, and I wonder if it's going to have like a cool Bile Scourge, guy flying over the top of us, dropping bombs on our enemies. That'd look pretty awesome. As for the level 30 talent, we have Demonic Calling, with Shadow Bolt and Demon Bolt have a 20% chance to make your next Call of Dreadstalkers cost no shards and have no cast time, which is very nice to have 2 extra little adds dealing DPS, and also it reduces the cast time down to 0. All in all, making it deal quite a bit more DPS than it would if you had to hard cast, let's say, that ad. As for the next talent, we got Power Siphon, which instantly sacrifices up to 2 wild imps and generates 2 charges of Demonic Core. I mean, it's a fairly good ability, also helps you burst a little bit, but overall, I'm enjoying the Demonic Calling. We'll go ahead and test that out too and see how we enjoy that ability. As for the last level 30 talent, we've got Doom, which procs 3,999 shadow damage after 30 seconds, limit to 1 target. So it could be a definite burst increase on a target if you put Doom on somebody and then burst on them during that tick when it's coming off. Otherwise, I don't know, a 30-second cooldown is fairly large. That's a pretty big cooldown timer, all in all. As for the level 45 talents, these ones are... usually these are the level 75 talents, I believe, and generally these ones, the first one's for tanking, keeping yourself alive, and keeping your ad alive. The next one's Burning Rush, which increases your movement speed while sacrificing health. Fairly straightforward. And Darth Pact is generally used inside of Arena to counter burst. Those ones pretty much are the same abilities as they were for defensives. As for the level 60 talents, we got From the Shadows, which casting Dreadstalkers causes the target to take 20% additional Shadow Flame damage from you for the next 12 seconds. Now obviously we got Demonic Calling going on here, which causes your Dreadstalkers to be an insta-cast, which also increases all Shadow Flame damage by 20 seconds, which makes you deal a lot more damage if you're running like Hand of Gul'dan and you're summoning down imps and you're going to implosion them. It's going to cause you to deal 20% more damage to the main target if you just use Call of Dreadstalkers, which makes a fairly good difference when you're critting on something that many times over and over again, or you have that much of a chance to crit on something. As for the next talent, we got Soul Strike, which causes our Felguard to strike into the soul of the enemy, dealing 129 shadow damage and generating 1 soul shard, which could give you a little bit more consistency, but obviously I'm going to stick with From the Shadows just to generate that major burst. But we are going to test out Summon Vile Fiend, which I haven't looked at either, which summons a Vile Fiend to fight for us for the next 15 seconds. I have seen one of them up attacking through the random summons, but overall I feel like that ability is going to be fairly cool. I'm not sure how viable it'll be compared to a 20% buff, obviously, on some of our main damage, damage, but we'll go ahead and take a look anyway. As for the level 75 talents, I believe these ones were generally within the level 45, and these talents and the 45 talents just kind of like swapped places. Not really sure why, but I guess they just kind of did. Obviously, Dark Fury reduces the cooldown of Shadow Fury by 15 seconds. Mortal Coil horrifies the enemy. Target into Fling, which obviously is my favorite of the three to use, unless it's like you know, arena or some sort with a bridge. You can jump off and summon yourself back up with Demonic Portal as kind of a counter burst. But yeah, Mortal Coil is definitely my favorite out of those, especially when it's like DPS versus DPS situations. As for the level 90 talent, I'm going to be taking Inner Demons, which you passively summon a wild imp to fight for you every 10 seconds. As you can see, these little imps are just all around me, which gives you a little bit of AoE right at the start if you want. And also, if you're going to generate a lot more burst damage with Implosion, having 3 imps all together right at the beginning is going to give you a lot more than, of course, not having an extra 3 imps. The next one we got is definitely for more of consistency, maybe Mythic Plus PvE build, and we got Soul Conduit, which every soul shard you spend has a 15% chance to be refunded. Obviously some consistency there. And then of course we could rock Grimoire Service, which summons a second demon to fight for you for 25 seconds and deals 100% increased damage. 1.5 minute cooldown. The demons will immediately use one of its special abilities when summoned. So I do have something I want to test out with that I haven't tested yet, which may end up being really strong. Now if we popped Grimoire Service and then we popped Demonic Strength, if we had 2 Felguards, would it be just absolutely insane cleave coming out? Because if that actually happens, it could be something to, you know, look forward to there, because that would just be ridiculous if that's what happened. As for the level 100 talent, we're going to be using Demonic Consumption, and I'm kind of going back and forth whether or not I want to use Sacrifice Souls or Demonic Consumption, because Sacrifice Souls is going to decrease the cooldown, while Demonic Consumption is also going to absorb the remaining power of your wild imps to empower himself to make him stronger, which would be a lot of AoE damage and quite a bit of damage. But would it be enough to sacrifice that many imps for the AoE damage that the Tyrant's going to be making? So I'm kind of, you know, on the fence about that. We'll find out a little bit later. And the last ability we got is Nether Portal, which tear open a portal to the Twisting Nether for 20 seconds. And every time you spend soul shards, you will also command demons from the Nether to come out and fight for you, which that is just absolutely amazing. We will be checking that one out also. I haven't really taken a look at that one either as of yet, but we will. We got a couple things to test out. So let's go ahead and get into some of this demonic warlock damage going on here. Alright, let's start taking a look at some of these damaging abilities here. First thing we're going to start off with is Demonic Strength, which this is probably one of the things that got me most excited for Demonology Warlocks, because this ability is just insane. I'm going to cause him to Bladestorm, and then look how hard that Bladestorm is hitting for. It is just annihilating those adds, and all we got is the single stronger add, which has about, you know, double the health of a normal player, while those little adds roughly have the health of a normal player. And that right there was Demon Bolt, which obviously we can proc up to being 2 instacasts, which hits for about 2.2k, probably crits for about 4,000, and also generates 2 soul shards, which is a fairly handy but very large cooldown. Now the nice thing about that ability is if you're going for something like obviously Hand of Gul'dan, I know it's Hand of Gul'dan, but Hand of Gul'dan. If you're going to something like Hand of Gul'dan over there, you're going to generate quite a bit more soul shards than, let's say, you have 2 instacasts in your back pocket with Demon Bolt. And overall, I'd say Hand of Gul'dan damage isn't terrible. It's not top notch in my opinion. It's not like over the top amazing, kind of like it was during the last alpha, but it's definitely strong. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw that down there. Actually, I'll go for another 3, just because I want a little bit more of an imp implosion going on here, and I'm not going to be able to summon those. Matter of fact, those things died before we were even able to cast that off. And obviously you wanted to get Call of the Dreadstalkers going on in there too, but it doesn't look like I was spec'd into it right then, was I? No, I was. I just needed soul shards. Okay, getting back to it. Yeah, we probably should have procced up an instacast kind of like right there before we went in and tried to do that. It would have made it a lot easier than going in and doing that. So I'm going to send in these little adds right here on these warriors. I'm going to go ahead and proc up some Hand of Gul'dan. So then we're going to summon up some Soul Stalkers, and then we're going to just implode on them, dealing quite a bit of damage. There we go. That implosion was a little bit better, a little bit up to par compared to the other one. And we're going to generate up some little soul shards here, hitting with those shadow bolts, hit for about 500 damage-ish. Not really amazing. It looks like we finally got a insta proc on that fireball right there. As you can see, we got 2 of them. We got 2 big demon bolts going off there, dealing quite a bit of damage. And I believe summoning those 2 up, is that going to make that? No, it does not make our shadow bolt deal any extra damage there. But those insta-cast procs do deal quite a bit of damage. I mean, honestly, it's the consistency that that's going to give a lot of Demonology Warlocks is going to be quite strong, in my opinion. Alright, so we're going to summon up a bunch of imps. We got to let our passive kind of take hold here. We're going to finish those off real fast. Oh, you saw that little demon dog down there going on. Alright, we're going to let our passive kind of take hold and summon up 3 more little imps, because what we're going to do is use our Summon Demonic Tyrant next, which obviously goes with the level 100 talent, Demonic Consumption. And take a look exactly what he's got going on, because he's got a nice little AoE cleave going on there. We'll go ahead and throw up Summon Voidwalker just for a little bit of extra tanking. A little bit less damage going out so we can really see what he's got going on. I probably should just focus this target for now and generate up some Shadow Bolts on him and then summon imps as soon as possible. So obviously we can get more insta-cast procs and things like that. We're going to go ahead and summon down 2 of those and cast off the Summon Demonic Tyrant, because he's going to consume, you know, all of our little guys' damage, and he's going to hit all of them with Shadow Bolt damage, as well as just melee single target, or not melee single target, but single target damage. That thing is hitting for 6,000. Oh my goodness. That thing is hitting for, like, monstrous damage with that going on. I believe that has to do with temporarily grants health. No. Actually, I can't see the bars that are coming off on that Summon Demonic Tyrant. But yeah, that thing was hitting for monster damage going on there. Just absolute monster damage. Whew, that thing is fun. That actually reminds me of the Summon Valkyrie ability from Unholy Death Knights. I mean, I can really see the transition right now between like Demonology Warlocks and Unholy Death Knights. You know how they're supposed to be plate-wearing warlocks pretty much. Some of the same abilities are kind of crossing over between them. I could see. We can see a little bit of bleeding going on between those. So we're gonna wait for. Actually, I think we should be able to move over that ability with Summon Tyrant on cooldown. We'll try it out. Yeah, we're able to. Nether portal. We're gonna generate up as much shards as we possibly can, and we're gonna throw that out there and see exactly what that's got going on. The other thing we're gonna do is go ahead and switch over to Bile Scourge Bombers for that little bit of extra damage there, and really want to see what Summon Vile Fiend is going to be doing. Really ecstatic to see what that's doing. It's probably not going to be, you know, too much going on there, but we'll go ahead and check it out anyways. Let's go ahead and get up some of our shards on this guy, and then we'll go over there in that bigger group and go ahead and drop that Nether portal. Slow cast. Yeah, hard casting that just takes way too long. What the heck? Where did all those guys come from? They aren't supposed to be there. Alright, we need our Felguard. We get him Felguard, and of course we got some Drain Life going on over here. Which is pretty cool. Can't argue the fact that they gave Drain Life to all 3 Warlocks instead of just 1. Alright, so all that stuff's dead. We're going to go ahead and get over here to this bigger target, because I'm going to try and dump some shards as fast as possible. Honestly, I should probably... Yeah, it's okay. We'll send him in first. Grant aggro, and then I'm going to go ahead and drop the Nether portal. Probably should summon up some Hand of Gold dudes here, just to use as much as we can. And then I'm going to slowly generate up some more stuff just to go ahead and drop some more AoE, because I really just want to see what's coming out of this Nether portal. We got the little Void Terror dog. We got the Vile Fiend Spitter over there dealing some damage. The damage coming off doesn't look like it's amazing, maybe a couple hundred, but it doesn't look like it's terrible either. Obviously that could stack up after a bit, but let's go ahead and take a look at what this we'll look at the bomber next with the bigger group over there. We'll look at the Vile Fiend. Summon Vile Fiend. Let's see what the Vile Fiend's up to. Oh, whoa, it's like the actual, like the mount we got Vile Fiend. It's not like, I thought it was going to be like the little flying Vile Fiend, the one that flies through the air and like spits on things, but no, that's like the full-on little evil dog thing going on there. Alright, let's check out what these bombers are doing. Sending in these ads. No, I want all of them. Come on, give me all of them. Alright, checking out what these bombers are doing right here. Oh, it looks like it's a point and click, and they come out of the sky and bomb things? Are you serious? Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. Honestly, like so far, Demonic Warlocks have gotten some pretty awesome talents compared to what they used to have. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this ad real fast. That is a strong ad. Why is he so beefy? Boom. Alright, any other talents we need to take a look at before we advance on? Yeah, I mean, I guess we can take a look at what Doom's got going on. And we also want to kind of look at Power Siphon just in case. Alright, Power Siphon, you're up. Alright, instantly sacrificing 2 wild imps to generate 2 charges of demonic core. Throwing that up. And of course, reduce cast time of demon bolters reduced by 100%, which is going to make that faster, generating up to... I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I don't know, I almost feel like sacrificing your demons for that is not going to be a very good play. I mean, obviously it could still play out nice, deal quite a bit of DPS, but I'd still probably take Demonic Calling over that, just because 20% chance to make your cast... 20% chance to make your next Dreadstalker cast instant. Wow, we are struggling right now. And just playing around with a couple of abilities. But yeah, we've got major AoE on a Demonic Warlock. Like, insane amount of AoE. Very tanky. Honestly, not going to have any problems playing a Demonic Warlock and progressing through the questline. I mean, really, for the most part, things shouldn't even get near you with a lot of these talents going on like they are. But taking a look real quick, and anything else we want to test, we got Doom we could test out. We got some Soul Strikes we could test out just to see what they're kind of doing. Maybe even just look at... what the spells are looking like, if they look the same as they used to, and whether or not they've changed. So we've got Soul Strike going on here. Another little thing. Did that say 50 yards? 50-yard range, it does. Wow. So it's also a charge? Well, that's pretty interesting. So you can basically use that from, I mean, wherever you are, really. Even LOS and proc that. We're going to go ahead and throw Doom on the target. Now, Doom looks like it has, I mean, fairly close to the same mechanic as it did. It's got Doom debuff up here, 3,000 damage after so much time. But obviously, as you can see, even with me not DPSing the ad, Doom is more than likely, you know, I think Doom will go off. As long as I don't hit the target, Doom's going to proc off. But for the most part, at least leveling, obviously, it's not going to do very much. As far as PvP goes, if you use this correctly and time it at the same time, use it almost as an execution compared to a lot of the other damage going off, it might work. But overall, I think you're sacrificing too much damage without taking either Power Siphon or Demonic Calling over Doom. But that's going to sum it up for our talents and abilities. I mean, as far as a change in overall look of spells, I'd say besides the new ones, to me, they look fairly similar, like the... Hand of Godoon and the Implosion look fairly similar as they used to. But damage overall, I could definitely see Demonic Warlocks being pretty terrifying in PvP situations, especially right there. You just saw, like, I don't know, 5,000–6,000 damage come out of nowhere, along with all the other little imps, because we didn't sacrifice any of those there either. And, like, that's pretty wicked damage to be coming out of an instacast caster. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little Demonology Warlock video. Honestly, I'm fairly surprised with some of the changes and some of the mechanics they put into Demonology Warlocks. Pretty hyped to see what some people can do on them. Obviously, when PvP comes out, I'll be taking a look at how much damage we can deal with them, because I had quite a bit of fun in the Legion beta testing out a lot of the damage with Demonology, so obviously I'm going to have to look into that too. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Until next time, this was your boy Hazzed.